Hello, everyone. This is Lisa with Inspired Heart Intuitive, and this video will be shown also on Heart of Inspiration in a couple of days here. We're still a couple of days away from Heart of Inspiration launching. Hello, staff. So this video is going to be shown on Heart of Inspiration as well. I am coming in, so I'm a couple minutes late. I had to get things just right. Please do hit that like button as you're coming in. I would really appreciate it. Tonight, beloveds, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. Hello, it's Britt. Something that was amazing that happened over the weekend. And when this happened, I need to come on here today and share with you guys and share the lessons that came from it. So today we're talking about live a life of high vibration. Live a life of high vibration. Put it that way, I could have said live a faith-filled life. It's the same thing. I could have said live a life that's a walk and a talk with Jesus, with God, with Allah. Hello, dear. I could have said that. Hello. I chose live a high vibrational life because I want universal in its meaning. So we have all these catchphrases, especially in the church, right? Let your fear be bigger than your faith. I walk by faith and not by sight. I mean, that's biblical. My source, right? All of these different things that we can say, right? And sometimes church for the quick first ones to say, look at your life and say, oh, you're not living a life filled with, you're not living a blessed life because you don't have a brand new car and a private plane and all this, that, and the third. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about living a high vibrational life. The vibrational life is one where we are in constant constant communication with spirit. And instead of being torn down and having to walking amongst low vibrational or lower energy people that haven't quite got it yet. But instead of being brought down by it on a constant basis, right, we are able to kind of rise above it. When we continue to rise above everything that's going around us in 3 dimensions, we literally live in a higher dimension. And I will give you this example. So for the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks, I've been a little concerned about some monetary issues going around here. Okay? I'm being transparent. All of us have these monetary concerns, right? But I'm still doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm still going to work every day. I'm still coming on YouTube all the time, doing my purpose, still ministering, still doing all these things. And just because that's what I've been instructed to do, so I do what I'm instructed to do. I live my life now knowing that Creator, that God, Supreme Spirit, the universe, I say all those names because I want to cover everyone, all of them, Goddess, Allah. I do that now, right? I live now knowing that as long as I'm doing His will, He's going to provide for me. And even when you're not doing His will, we'll talk about that another time. But as long as I'm doing His will, He'll provide for me. And I'm doing His will and understand that I am no longer living in lack. No longer living in lack is not just money. No longer in lack is I love myself. I am self-partnered. I am at peace. walk in joy. Joy is a spiritual gift. Happiness is a temporal thing, an emotion. This is how I walk. This is how I live. And I'm not bragging, but this is just the point. And when something bugs me, when I get like feeling like this, yes, and peace, when I get to feeling like someone's irritating me, I, instead of immediately saying, well, I might have the initial, why don't you just go away somewhere? But then I also look within me to say, why is this even bothering me? Why is this even irritating me? Why? Because I to upset my peace. I want to stay here. I don't want to be down here. I know I got to deal with down here stuff. I choose to live here. So at any rate, there were some monetary issues that were going around in the household. And things were split, but they just a little tight. And it got even tighter with some news I received on Saturday night. I received some news Saturday night that it was going to be even tighter. The minute I received this news that someone was not able to repay me what they, a loan and whatnot, I did not immediately go into panic mode. I said, ooh, okay. And I looked at my checkbook online and I said, well, it's going to be tight, but I can still pay. So I can still pay my big bill, which is my rent. I said, well, Lord, this was not something I was anticipating, but giving it to you. Immediately give it to you. Then I got on and I did some late night readings and had a wonderful time with us. I didn't think anything more of it. I want to tell you what happened in that moment. When I got this news and realized it was going to be a tad bit tight for your sister. Hi, Raina. It was going to be a little tight. Can everyone please like as well? When I realized it was going to be a little tight for sis here, I could have gone into major like, ooh, wait, I got to do this. I got to do this. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do that to make up for. So like the gas and all that stuff, for the rest of the next couple of weeks. I could have done that immediately. And for a brief instant, reverted back to me syndrome. I reverted back to my lower vibrational me. Lower vibrational me said, Lisa, you need money at any given moment in time. So kick all that money making stuff into gear, sis, and keep it going and do what we got to do. Relying on my own abilities. Now, have you all ever, honestly, if you're honest with yourself, ever really relied on your own abilities, but out of your mouth you said, I'm relying on God? If you're honest with yourself, I just can say that. We say we're depending upon God, creator, spirit, universe. We say are, but are we really? Because then when things it's easy to say, God, I'm going to give it over to you when you get that tax refund. It's easy to say, God, I'm giving it over to you when everything is paid and you got extra money running around. It's real easy for that. It's real easy to say it then. When it's not easy to say, I'm going to give it over to God and leave it there, is worth tightening up. When it starts getting real close to that deadline, your deadline might be a month out. Lord, this is something I need to do. I need this. And it's a month away. And you full of faith and you full of, hey, you meditate. And yes, when you're going through, you ask you're meditating and you're making your affirmations and I am this, that, right? We're doing all that at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the cycle. We say a month from now, this is what we're manifesting. And you full, right? You are full, as the old folks used to say. You're full of faith, you're full of energy, you're full of vigor, you're full of everything. know that you know that you know that you know that you know it's coming, that your prayers have been answered, or that your manifestation is on its way. But when 2 weeks go by, how full are you still? Because what I'm going to tell you what happens, and this is I can only speak for me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm just speaking for me. Previously, that 2 weeks would go by, and I didn't see any evidence of anything. I didn't see that money come in, or I didn't see whatever it was coming. So thinking, how can I get this to happen? Instead, the last thing God left me to do. Now, I'm not saying the universe is some slot machine. You can't play the numbers, right, for God. He's no genie, and he just like do. You do have to do things, but we're going to talk about that. But what you really need doing the last thing he told you to do. And if he tells you to take a step towards an end goal, then do that. But it's not you to take it over, to take the project back. Either you're going to let him be project manager and deliver it on time, or you're going to take it back and do it yourself. Guess what? Either way, the answer is yes. You had to take it back yourself. He'll let you. The universe will let you do that. But when you take it back yourself, you're lowering vibrational level. You're no longer in co-creation with spirit. You are now playing creator. You are now saying, nope, you didn't create it quick enough. It didn't get here quick enough. So I'm just going to take this back and create it. And we do it with the best of intentions, though. We'll do that with the intention of, well, maybe God wants me to take a step here. Help those that help themselves. It's very true, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Okay? That's not what we're supposed to be doing. If we're going to co-create, then beloveds, let's co-create. That means you might have to wait 29 days, 11 hours, and 59 minutes before that 30-day deadline, before it shows up. But if you're going to leave it with God, if you're going to leave it with the universe, leave it with the universe and don't take it back. The other is when you take it back, you are operating from a spirit of lack. You are operating as if you are an abandoned child that the parent is not going to take care of. Because if we are infinite beings, divine beings, the divine, when I say we are infinite, divine of the divine, what does that word of? We are a result, we are a creation of, we come from. We come from. Well, Raina, that's something we'll have to deal with separately. We of divine. Period. Point blank. That's where we're from. When we believe that, when we're in line with that, then why would we take it back? As if not going to give it, and he's not going to provide it. We're operating in a spirit of lack. Okay? So here we go. Here we are. Things are tight. It's covered, but things are super tight. I wake up Sunday morning after having had a wonderful Saturday night, early morning. Wake up Sunday morning, I'm cleaning up because we're going to have company. My daughter had got the mail, and I go to look at the mail, and there's this envelope, and it says refund check, and I said, well, I didn't send off for no little $2, $5 refund. Amen, Teresa, about that in just a second, because that's the last very important part here. One of the last very important parts. So I go to the cap, and I look, and there's this envelope with this refund check, and I never send out for refunds. I just don't. What in the world? I thought it was junk mail. I was actually about to throw the envelope away. Open an envelope, y'all. Let me tell you something. I was part of a class action lawsuit that I was not even aware of, that the federal government brought against a company. I had no idea. That check was for the amount to the penny. It was over the amount of my rent. Now, I'm not saying my rent is $1,200 a month. That check was completely unexpected. And let me tell you something else. That check was in one of my prior names. I've been married twice. Okay. I've changed my name probably, but I've been married twice. That check came in my first marriage. My first marriage's last name. Now, it was drawn on the same bank that I bank with now. Otherwise, they never would have found me, because these incidents and back in 2007 and 2008. This is 10, 11 years late. Do you know how many times I've moved in 10 or 11 years? I've changed names probably about 3, 4 times since then. Dated, remarried, maiden name, moved, I can't tell you how many gosh darn times. There was no other way that was going to get to me except for with divine intervention. That was manifestation. And I'm going to back up about 10 hours, 12 hours from when I found it. My initial thought was, Lord, $100. That was my initial thought. It was actually, I need $1,200. I really didn't need $1,200, but I was like, I need $1,200. My rent is what I need my rent. When you become to the point where you're operating where it's constant, you're not as concerned with the worldly things. Hello, Deanna. The worldly issues that are all around you. And this constant up, and it's a constant cycle. Of course you may. Constant cycle. You think a thing, your spirit, your inner, your higher self thinks a thing, and the thing comes. You begin to be able to smush together time and space. This is what life at a high vibration looks like. I think it happens. It manifests. Because I am in a constant state of co-creation. Living at a high vibrational state is living your life at a constant state of co-creation. And you can trust that your higher self is not going to desire something that is not in line with what spirit wants for you. Your wills become conjoined together. Exactly, Steph. Now, co-creator Lisa down here and supreme creator spirit up here have. Lisa thinks it 2 hours before it was brought in from it was all actually, let me tell you the real trip. It was already here. I just didn't know it. It had already manifested. Now I'm going to let you sit with that for a second. Already manifested. It was in the mailbox. I did not bring in the mail. My daughter did at 11 o'clock at night, Saturday night. Whatever night y'all started the hostage situation, the tarot hostage, Deanna and Raina. I'm just missing Shemaya, the shaman. It was already out there, beloveds. So now I sit with a second. Walking in a high vibrational life. Spirit, not, did I say spit? I'm sorry. Walking in a high vibrational life means that the manifestation of what you need, want, desire is already there waiting for you to catch up to it. Because that check was already in the mailbox. Now, one could say perhaps maybe the check, I'm just saying the check was already in the mailbox. So because spirit is talking to spirit, my higher self is always talking to God, always talking spirit, living at a high vibration, not living in lack, not living in poverty, not living, nothing missing, nothing broken. If any comes up all of a sudden that I'm like, ooh, why are you bothering me? What's going on? What's happening? Why are you irritating me? Instead of me saying, you irritate, I can't do this. You know what? No, whoa, wait a minute. What is it in me that you're rubbing up against? Because typically I'm walking around like a perfect sphere. Ain't nothing bothering me. It's bouncing right off. So something got through. Oh, let's deal with this. And then I'll do living at a higher vibration. Now, when you wrap your head around the fact that that check was already in there before I physically knew that there was going to be a problem, that's walking at a high vibration. Now, I'll tell you what I did, honey. I opened that check up. Let me tell you, I cried. And they were tears of absolute gratitude. I cried tears of joy because saw to it that I was taken care of. He had the answer in the mailbox. It was sitting on the countertop, waiting like a gift on Christmas for me to unwrap. Living at a higher vibration. How did I get here? Let me tell you how I got here, beloveds. Let me tell you how I got here. It took sweat, a lot of tears. Yes, it did, but it's worth it. The journey of partnership and love, self-love is worth it, because the more you can release the negative, the more you can release the hurt, the more you can release the pain and be healed, the higher your vibration can raise. Your vibration can only raise high as your level of healing and wholeness. It cannot get any higher. This took a lot of I ams. I am blessed. I am highly favored. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I lack nothing. I live a whole and healed, peaceful and prosperous life. And prosperous is not just money. Prosperous is my family. Prosperous is my friends. My spirit prospers. What is that verse in the Bible? I think it's Paul that says it. Beloved, I pray that you prosper even as your spirit prospers. See, that's the prosperous life. The prosperous life, money, all that, that's great. But there's a lot of very unhappy people running around here that have a whole money. Very unhappy people that have a whole lot of money. It's a lifestyle that really is part of your higher calling, wonderful. If it's not, though, okay with that too. Beloved, I pray that your soul prospers even as your spirit prospers, right? That your soul, your soulish realm prospers, that your body, that your human third dimensional existence prospers, even as your spirit. When your spirit is prospering, you will literally walk in an attitude of gratitude all day. Literally walk in an attitude. Honey, I have been talking about this all day yesterday, all day to the people that I knew would hear it. I'm talking about it tonight. But you know what? I'm talking about this just as much as I was talking bed that I got. I was talking about this just as much as when I found all these little pieces of jewelry. I was like, oh, I found. Or when someone gave me, someone blessed me with some oils or something, I was just as gracious for that. I was just as gracious for the interaction I had in the crystal and shop on Saturday, where I got to minister to a couple of women that were there. I thank the interaction because it was beautiful. I thanked God for everything that happened Saturday night when we were together and we were doing readings. I thank God that I get an email. I thank God that I'm able to be here with you right now. The fact that we are all together right now is a beautiful thing. My soul prospers because my spirit is prospering in this moment with you all. And anyone that's going to hear this or see this after, my soul prospers. So let's get back. Living a life of high vibration. It is about affirmations. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am. Not I can't, not I won't, not oh my gosh, no. No worry. You worry, you take it back. You fear, you take it back. Let your fear be bigger than your faith. Faith be bigger than your fear. I'm sorry. Someone just texted me. Your faith be bigger than your fear. Right? It is no coincidence that we're here. High vibrational life is one that says, I am. I have. I lack nothing. I am healed. I am whole. A high vibrational life sees the good and the sun and the possibilities beyond, but understands that in the right now, I have everything. I am complete in the present moment, even though my higher self is in connection with the infinite and can see the infinite. It is this interesting balance between the two. As you begin to heal, you begin to attract higher vibrational beings, ascended beings, enlightened beings. You begin to attract positivity into your world. As you come out of living in a spirit of lack, right? What's the opposite of lack? Lack, prosperity, having, wholeness. You begin to attract wholeness. You know, when you're in lack, and let me tell you something, you can be a millionaire and still have a spirit of poverty and a spirit of lack. A spirit of lack is nothing more than I fear that I'm going to lose everything that I have at any given time that can just be taken away from me. And that it would not be able to be replaced. Like, how would I replace everything? If you were to lose everything, fire, that'd be a horrible thing. But a spirit of poverty and lack grips them to the point that they won't be able to function. Right? They do everything in their power to make sure they hold on. They do everything in their power to make sure they don't lose a dime. They don't lose this. You know, there's so many people that live like that and in fear and captivity. However, a spirit of prosperity, a spirit of peace and of soundness and of a sound mind, love, peace, love, and a sound mind, that says, yes, I've been blessed with all this, but if I didn't have it, I would still be just fine. I'm not attached to all. It's really wonderful. It's very nice, but I'm not attached to it. Because I know my wealth is not in the trappings around me. My wealth comes from within and the relationship I have, Creator. If you are hooked up with Creator, then whenever there's something that's necessary, then the two of you co-create. When you release fear, it dead in its eyes and look through it and lift yourself above it, that's when you're living a high vibrational life. That's when you're saying, I am above all of this. I am at peace. I am whole. Nothing missing. Nothing broken. So I was not, and that includes my checkbook, honey. So I was not broken. I was like, ooh, where's it gonna come from? But instead of going into normal, what was normal, Lisa mode, and saying, okay, where's that? I could do that. I could do that too. I can make this money from here. Instead of going into that mode to basically come up with, I was short about $250. That's the other thing I forgot to tell y'all. I was only $150. It wasn't like it was a lot of money. It's $250. So instead of me sitting there going, what I could do to get my 250, baby, I said, you know what? You got me no matter what. You gonna stretch a dime 5 days. God, I've seen you do it in my life before. Let me continue to do what you told me to do last. Let me continue to minister to the people that you gave me to minister to. And any new ones. Honey, let me tell you, $1 has fed me and my 3 babies. Miraculous. You want to talk about some 5 loaves and some fish? Teresa says that she's lost more than once in life things, but worse was losing myself. Yes, Teresa. Not at all at the same time, but things were easier to attain than self-healing. That is so true. And Steph, I'm very proud of you not giving your power to fear anymore. Deanna, let me tell you something. Yes, it's talent, but that was a God-given talent, honey. That was God providing. Teresa, I love that. That is so true. And there's nothing more precious and nothing more significant and nothing more valuable and powerful than self-healing, than being self-healed, than being self-partnered, than being whole, nothing missing, nothing broken. Nothing more powerful than that. Nothing more powerful than that. So, beloveds, the life, and I know sometimes I feel like I'm saying these things over and over and over again. And maybe I am. I don't know. All I can tell you is this. Is the hurt, the pain, the agony that we have each gone through as human beings. There you go, Steph. As human beings, when we decide to take ourselves back, decide to love ourselves, when we decide to forgive ourselves, forgive ourselves, forgive others, look through the pain and it. Look through the fear and dissipate it. When we decide to do that and look dead into our wound and say, Spirit, I need you to heal it. I need you to heal it. No one else can heal it like you. Spirit, I need you to heal it. When we allow it to happen, what we do in effect is then say, I no longer feel that I am the sole creator of my world. We are, but we're not. I understand that I need a few more tools in my toolbox to create. And I understand that there is something above me. I understand there's something above me, but in order for me to really commune with him in a fullness and in the way we want to, that our higher selves want to, that he wants us to, we need to get healed to get there. And he wants to give us the healing. We are vibration. Think of it this way. If this pen is your chakra system running right through you, right? This would be your crown up here, and your third eye and your throat and your heart come on power, sacral, and root. Most injury happens, right, from the power chakra, because as children, we're not really consciously aware of our higher chakras. Consciously aware. So we get hurt in our power chakra, our power is taken from us. Our sacral chakra, we don't feel safe. Parents didn't take care of our loved ones. And we don't have strong roots. Why don't we have strong roots? Because the power in the sacral, like there's nothing to, right? Our roots are starved. We've been raised in instability in one form or fashion or another. Whether it was as children or teenagers or adults, we then end up with an instability because our lower chakras aren't strong. When your chakras aren't strong, think about our roots on a tree. What do the roots on the tree do? They suck up water and nutrients from the ground. Why? To feed the tree. If there is no water being sucked up from the ground, then the rest of it can't grow. We can't ascend, we go deep. The same ascension level has to be the same depth. Our roots have to be that strong to hold this. So until and unless we get our power back and we begin to feel safe again, truly trust ourselves to not put ourselves in bad position, in bad positions where we will not be safe. Because the more we don't, beloveds, the more we put ourselves in unsafe spots. Because that is what we are attracting to us, because that's what the energy is we're giving. And this is a tough, bitter pill for some people to swallow. But I got to give it to you. And I can't give it to you with honey. Got to give it to you straight. Until you build yourself down, this part of your chakra system down, this part cannot truly flourish. And until you stop attracting negativity to you, this is what you get. This is also why it's so important to be healed and whole. Be working on feelings so you can send off positive energy so you get positive back. Now, when I did that work, do you know what happened? Because this was already very developed, but it was like wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. You know, like people that's from church to church to church. Or go this person, this person, this person. You know, I know that there are some people I love. There are good many readers and intuitives that I listen to and teachers. But I don't listen to all of them at all times. And some people go from here, there, and everywhere, right? Getting this word here, getting this word here, getting this here. Looking for somebody that's going to tell them exactly what they want to hear. And running from the ones that are going to tell them the truth. I digress. When you get your lower chakras healed, then as your higher chakras are being developed, now there's a constant flow because nutrients come in, they come down, they come out, and they actually get recirculated. So you're kind of getting from beneath. So you're learning worldly lessons while you're in the world, and you're learning higher lessons here. But guess what? Because you have solid roots, you're really paying attention. You're not focusing most of your energy down here. Because down here is cool. It's getting fed. We know you're there. You're just there to show us what else we need to get healed. The upper chakras are here to not only facilitate the healing, but we live at that higher life. Now that just dropped in me right there. Our lower chakra, sacral root, are here to help us learn the lessons, the earthly lessons, so we can continue to ascend. They're here taking a going, I don't like you. Ooh, why? Why did what he just said piss me off? What's within me that really touched me? I got to go within me, get that healed. Let me heal it. Great. Now I said I deepen. Because that's yet one more wound that's healed. Living a high vibrational life looks like this. Everything that you need earthly gets taken care of. It gets taken care of because you're so busy doing your work and your purpose in life that you continue to do what you're supposed to do, and you've already set your vibrational set point. I set my vibrational set point months and months and months and months and months ago. I'm living here, man. I'm not living down there. The house is mine. Eventually there'll be a new car. The house is renovated. I have a nice studio. I have all these. This is the things that I want and that I desire. And I'm doing ministry. That's where I live. So when something happened to disrupt that, was already waiting for me, because I'm not living on this life. I had just told Jeremy, I said, you know what, Jeremy, I'm no longer living paycheck to paycheck. And that was fairly true. But I said it with such certainty and conviction that when I said it, when it came out my mouth, I didn't even doubt it. When I said I'm not living paycheck to paycheck anymore, because that's something he and I have been dealing with spiritually, me from past lives and current, right? And when I said it, it just came out. And I believed it because it's true. So before I could even go back into that old stinking thinking, the answer was already there. That's what living a high vibration looks like to me. It's not that I don't have earthly concerns. It's not that at all. It's not that I'm saying go quit your job, because I'm not. It's not that I'm saying you don't have to take a step towards. When he tells you to take a step towards whatever it is, each step he tells me to take, I take. The website, the other channel, I'm taking steps towards the ministry. Hello, Jack. But living a high vibrational life means live at the level that does not include lack. I live at the level that does not include prosperity spirit. I live at the level that says I am, I have. I am a co-creator. And as a co-creator, nothing missing, nothing broken. As a co-creator, I've already come up with what my most excellent life looks like. And that will probably change later on. But right now, the shot for my most excellent life, I already have it. So why am I going to deviate from it? I live there. Earth, get taken care of. But I live there. And that's what I'm seeking for you guys. That's what I'm trying to share with you. The first step towards that for me was really get into meditation to the point of a deep communion. There would be some prayer there sometimes after, but in your prayer time, let it be less you talking and more Creator talking to you. You're going to be quite amazed at what comes through. So in your time of meditation, right, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, what are we working on today? And my prayer in the morning is always, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to say? And to whom do you want me to say it? I think that was a prayer that was prayed. And I adopted it because it's so true. Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to say? And to whom do you want me to say it? But as I'm meditating, what are we working on today? I have crown chakra. And just let love and light come in. And whatever it is, I allow him the ability, that I give him permission to show me. And then I give him permission to help me work through it and heal it, so that I can raise my vibrational state and wash out and clear out hurt, pain, and suffering. I hope that this was good for you guys tonight. Very hope that it was good for you tonight. I very much appreciate each and every one of you joining me this evening. So this video, as soon as I edit it, will also be up on Heart of Inspiration. That is officially, and I apologize, it was going to launch today, October the 1st, but it is officially launching October the 3rd. So this will be up on there as well. And we'll start teachings there. So I am going to sign off of here. And I thank each and every one guys for being a part of this. We're going to do a little after show. So I'm going to sign off here and I'll come back on, start asking and answering questions if you guys wish. Until next time, peace, love, joy, and blessings be unto you today, tomorrow, and for eternity. I love each and every one of you guys. I love you, dears. Namaste, my friends. Bye-bye.